Hello, in today's video we're going to be looking at 5 mistakes to avoid when you're creating your lead magnet. We'll take a look at the common pitfalls and make sure that when your lead magnet's finished it's engaging and just waiting to be read. I've created this guide there'll be a link to it in the description below, but I've also created a sample lead magnet which we'll be looking at a little bit later. Now I use LeadCreator.ai to create all of my lead magnets, but you can use any tool that you want to use. But of course, as with any AI tool, you need to check the content for relevance, accuracy, grammar, tone, so on. Okay, before we look at the sample lead magnet in some more detail, let's take a look at the things we need to take into account. Okay, first thing to remember is that your lead magnet must address your target audience. It needs to be tailored to their specific needs and pain points. You need to understand who your audience are and what their needs are. You can use market research, polls, customer feedback, any methodology to find out about your potential customers, and then also make your lead magnet accessible to that particular audience. The next thing is overloading your readers with too much information. We've all experienced you open up a lead magnet and you're confronted with an overwhelming amount of text. So instead you need to focus on concise, actionable content. Don't be tempted to do quantity over quality. That just overwhelms the reader. You need to be able to deliver concise content that they can take action on. And one of the most important things is to have an engaging headline and subheadline, so you encourage the reader to read the rest of the lead magnet. But then organise that lead magnet into bite-sized chunks and have good subheadings. The last thing you want is great long paragraphs of information. You should keep it nice and small, keep it down into easily consumed chunks of information, and make sure also that it's valuable information for your target audience and relevant to your target audience. If they perceive it to be valuable, then that will encourage them to take the next action. Avoiding a weak value proposition in your lead magnet is crucial. I'm pretty confident that in your niche, in fact in any niche, a generic lead magnet is about as good as a chocolate teapot. So you must have valuable information contained within it. So the thing to do there with your lead magnets is focus on your unique selling point. What's different about you? What sets you apart from the competition? And the other thing is to make it really engaging and memorable. You need to focus on your benefits, and if you've got a particular insight into your topic area, then make sure you focus on that as well. And all in all, when you look at your lead magnet, it will make you stand out from the crowd. Okay, the next point is design and presentation. It's absolutely crucial that you get this right and make sure that it's accessible, particularly on mobile. A very large proportion of your audience will be viewing your lead magnet on a mobile phone, probably maybe a tablet. So it's important to make sure that your lead magnet is readable on all mobile devices. And getting your design right will mean that straight away, even without reading your lead magnet, if it looks professional, then they will perceive that your lead magnet has a value. and of course that design needs to be aligned to your brand, for example the colours that you use, and any other, maybe your logo or whatever it might be on there. So make sure that it is an appealing design, but it's aligned to your brand. As I said before, absolutely crucial that you optimize for mobile devices. It must be able to be read on a phone. A large significant chunk of your audience will be using mobiles. And the final point here is to use high quality images. Canva is a fantastic tool, even the free version, for creating good content, good images to put within your content. I use the pro version, but the free version is pretty good as well. Okay, the final point is the call to action. If you don't have a call to action, it sort of defeats the object of having a lead magnet in the first place. It's trying to lead or guide your audience into taking the next action. So a strong call to action is crucial, and it needs to be clear, it needs to be compelling, and it needs to be easy to find. I try and use wherever I can a button which means it's very, very easy for the reader to see that and follow that. You need what I call action orientated language, things like yes please take me to your guide, or whatever it is you're wanting your reader to do as the next step. So your call to action is there to encourage your audience to take the next step. So it is actually absolutely crucial that you get that right. I've seen lots of lead magnets with no call to action, and you think, well, what's the point? Where am I going with this? So it's important to get that right. Okay, so creating a lead magnet is both an art and a science, and you need that delicate balance between creativity and how you're using that lead magnet within your marketing strategy. So by avoiding these common mistakes here, you can have a lead magnet that not only attracts potential clients, but also goes a long way to converting them into loyal clients. So you need to understand your audience, offer that real value, and guide them seamlessly through whatever sales funnel you have in place. Okay, let's take a look at our sample lead magnet that I've put together, and let's see how we address those points within that. Okay, let's first of all look at audience. This lead magnet that I've created is actually one that addresses SMART goals, and it's aimed at relatively new businesses. So I'm talking here about any small business. Setting clear and achievable goals is not just beneficial, it's essential. So that's the audience that I'm aiming the lead magnet at. And then if I go to the end of the lead magnet, you'll see here that I'm suggesting that even if they do set clear goals, it can be quite easy to get distracted. And I have a workbook, an action guide that is quite low cost, so they can buy that. So I've got the the context of a new small business in this call to action as well. Okay, let's look next at the information that I'm giving them. It's when this is printed out as a PDF, it's a couple of pages, no more than that, and you can see that I've broken it down into manageable chunks of information. It's not too long, but it's giving them all of the specific points, and it's created in the form of a checklist, so it has some value, it's useful to them. it's broken down into measurable chunks. So I've got quite a lot of white space in there. I've used bolding and the checkpoints to break up the information all the way through. And then at the end, I'm giving them okay, what do you do next? Okay, you can start to set those goals. But you've got this action guide as well. So I think that's broken down the information quite nicely. Now the third point in our 5-point plan is the value proposition. So I've actually got within this some very useful information for any business, but particularly a new business. So there's a value in there, and it's relevant to the website that I'm pointing them to, because when we look at the action guide here, they'll actually go to the shop that is part of my Focus to Succeed website. So there's a strong link to my brand there, and it uses the brand colours as well. So now the next point really is design, and I've already touched on this slightly, but I've got a good headline in there. It's it's a well-proven fact that any headline with a number in is going to give you a more conversion. We've got a bit of urgency in there. We've got a good sub headline here, which is telling them exactly what they're going to get from the lead magnet, and then we've provided them with very clear information broken down into sections. So it's quite a nice design. We've used a few relevant images in here as well to make it look a little more attractive. We've used some background colour here to highlight this offer that we've got at the moment. So I think the design is quite neat. And when we look at when we view the lead magnet, you'll see that I've added my corporate colours, or some of my corporate colours, to just make the this lead magnet and all my other lead magnets use this same colour scheme. So they're all there as being a part of that design that I've decided upon. Okay, so that's the design element, and then if we look on the final point, which we've already looked at quickly, but the call to action, I've headed it up by saying what's next. So I'm already saying when they've scrolled down past the end of the lead magnet, then we're asking them what they're going to, or we're suggesting what they're going to do next. And I've introduced this using a bit of the PAS framework, problem, agitate, solution framework, just to get them to understand that although setting objectives is good, it's easy to get distracted and sidetracked by what's going on with life and business in general. So, and that if you do get into a lack of focus, you can end up not completing your goals and possibly missing opportunities. So we're then saying to them, okay, well, we're just agitating a bit, and if you feel constantly overwhelmed by the day-to-day task, never quite reaching milestones, etc., then we're leading them into using the workbook and action guide to get their focus, and so part of that is goal setting, but there's other things as well. So then we're saying, please take me to your offer, and that is in the form of a button which will take them straight to the offer page for that particular focus workbook and action guide. So it's a really strong call to action at the end of the lead magnet. Okay, so we've covered the 5 points off I think, quite effectively within this lead magnet. Let's look at some of the other areas of a lead magnet. Now, obviously, again, I've used LeadCreator.ai to create this, but you can use your own tools to do it. What I like about LeadCreator is that it, for example, the email capture is already contained within it. So with several templates we can use, we've got this particular standard one, which is just a standard sign-up form, but you can use an ebook style where you can put an image there. You can have a blurred button, so it gives you sort of a two-stage approach to it, or you can even pop in a link to a video if you want to do it that way, so that you've got a bit more information within the video. Or you can have no email capture form at all if you just want to have a document that is a complete giveaway without anybody signing up, which is quite a useful thing to do. We've into the form fields here, we can set our privacy link, so on and so forth. We can change this description here if we wish to, and change the lead capture in that way. I can also look down here at the style. I can change the colour behind the button, etc. I know LeadCreator is being developed all the time, and there will be more features there to change this, and more templates added in. The trigger then, I've got mine set to a half-page blur, so that you'll see when we go to view the lead magnet, if I start to scroll down, it will pop up the email capture form there. As I said, you don't have to have an email capture form. That's entirely down to yourself, but you can do that. And of course you can do that email capture by using your own, maybe from your autoresponder or something like that. But what I like about LeadCreator, it's all in one go. The integration, it's integrated to a lot of the standard sort of autoresponders, such as Aweber, ActiveCampaign, but it's got some of the lesser known ones. One I use, for example, is Email Octopus. I like Email Octopus. It's very, very simple, very easy to use, and it's pretty good value for money as well. So I quite like using that one, but it will link into any that you've got. And there's also features for Zapier, Pabbly, or Make, if you want to link into anything that isn't currently in the list of autoresponders. You see here at this point in time, SendShark is another one that's in progress. So they're adding autoresponders all the time into there. And there's a few other things as well. You can have footer links. I've got my privacy statement in the footer as well as anything else. You can change the page background as I've done, and you can have whatever colours you like here to match your branding, so on and so forth. As I say, there's a link to LeadCreator within the description, and there's also a link to that sample lead magnet and the guide that I've put together here that goes along with this video, so you can take a look at those. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And if you have, it would be a great help to me if you could like the video and share with other people that might want to, that you think might find it useful. So that's all for today, really, other than to say, if you want to see further videos that I'll be adding to the channel, then please subscribe below. Thank you very much.